Hi everybody, welcome to the show today. So I don't know how this worked out so well, but it worked out well. I'm actually within my window. Don't worry about that window. I'll get to him. I'm in my window to make this all white again. That's a lot of paint. Let's get to it. So guys, if you caught last Sunday when I was working on that whole smorgasbord there, I mentioned I had some factory pack direct to metal type paint. Well, this is it. I've never tried this stuff before, so I know very little about it. The Paladin, sure, let's call it that. It's supposed to be, like I said, a direct to metal, industrial strength gloss white paint, which is exactly what I need for something like that. Now, as I said, I didn't purchase this. It was gifted to me. So I got that and 2 more gallons of it just like that with lots of activators. So I don't really know a whole lot about it, guys, except for that it's going on this truck. And I'm going to just hope for the best. I found a technical data sheet on the product, which was tough to do because apparently they're not making it anymore or it's not available. I don't know, whatever. Kind of the same thing. But I did find a sheet on it, enough to tell me how to reduce it. So I got an activator, paint, a little reducer, 3 to 1 to 1 to 1. 3 parts paint, 1 part reducer, 1 part activator, 1 part hopes and dreams. And 1 part fluffy. Check her on out, Kat. Make sure I did it right. She's going to tear that whole thing apart. So guys, this is going to be a couple-day process because today's part of the process is going to be getting this clean. Again, I don't have to sand it, but I do have to wipe it down once because it picks up stuff and whatever. Get this all cleaned up, get some paint mixed, and get her shot and get it drying because I don't know. I have to look at that sheet again, but I have to paint my diamonds back on here, and they're going to be a different paint altogether, and I want to make sure everybody's going to get along because that's part of the problem. When you're painting with stuff that you don't know exactly what it is and it's 2 different types of paint, sometimes they don't get along well with each other. And well, I'd like to avoid that because I don't want to paint that billboard more than once. So we're just gonna wing it. That's what I do. All right, we're wasting time. Let's get some paint mixed, get this thing clean and shot. It shouldn't be all that dirty, being as I just did this yesterday. So get some of these things. I got an extension cord here. Let's get some of this stuff out of the way. I don't know where the cat went, but I got to get her little respirator on her so she can help me paint. All right, step ladder, check. Rags, check. Cleaner, check. Ooh. And it's a touch windy outside, which shouldn't bother me too much in here, except for the fact that I got the door open, and I will be spraying paint, obviously. Well, I can tell you what, this is wiping down a whole lot better than it was yesterday. It was sticking and everything was working against me. This is downright pleasant. I'm going to have this thing done in no time today. Of course, it is extra slippery where the primer is, so that's probably good. And my cloth is very, very clean. So I didn't pick up much dust overnight. That makes me happy. Okay, there's that. I'm going to leave my chair right here so I can come back and just pick up right where I left off here. Man, she is just everywhere today. What are you looking for? Doesn't matter. I'm just happy you're out here. All right, so let's see what we're getting into with this paint. Again, guys, never used it, know nothing about it. Let's get rid of that. Well, it's definitely white. I'll recycle that paint stick from yesterday. I'm guessing maybe somebody used some of it. I don't know, because it ain't very full. It's a quarter of the way full, unless it's meant for, it's probably meant to activate one full one of those, which if I knew how much paint that thing was going to take, I would do that, but I don't. So I'm going to do it this way, and well, we'll hope for the best. So the 3 to 1 to 1. Here's the first 3. I say this, the paint, I like the consistency of it. It ain't going to spray on super bad, I don't think. To 1. To 1. That is thin, guys. I mean, thin enough to where maybe I shouldn't have even put that much reducer in it. That is, huh. Well, here goes nothing. I'll try it. That is like base coat thin. Huh. Well, here goes nothing. Let's give her a rip, see what happens. And who knows, maybe it's just thin so it'll dry really fast. That's a possibility. Okay. Well, here goes nothing. Huh. Well, all right, it's going on. Whew, it's hard on my hand. That paint went on pretty darn nice. Obviously, I'm going to give it a second coat because, well, I can still see the diamonds, but that's okay. I kind of wanted to see them anyway so I can put the teal paint back on them, but she's whitewashed, I guess. Yeah, second coat to cover up all the last little bits, and that thing's going to look A-okay. All right, guys, I'm going to step outside and wait for this to tack up a little bit so I can get a second coat on. Guys, I can't believe how fast that stuff dries. This has been literally 10 minutes. And, yeah, might as well get that second coat on. I guess I ain't going to waste any time with this paint. That takes away all my beer drinking between coats. Maybe this will turn out a little better than my average Joe job. We're going to find out. I was going to say I probably could put 3 on here, but 2 is going to be just fine. 2 is going to do the job. Probably, I'll have to, let me think about that. So 2 coats. I got a half a tank in the gun just yet, which will probably get, you know what? I'm not even going to take a chance. I'm just going to mix up another one right now. That way it's ready. Knowing now that this paint dries in minutes, I'd rather be prepared than not prepared. So they'll just do her all up once more. I'm going to put a little bit less reducer in this one. I do like this paint. Too bad they discontinued it. I think it'd be a fine product to have around for, you know, stuff like this. I don't know how expensive it is. Maybe it priced itself out of existence, but I don't think that's the case. All right. Let's do this. Well, friends, there's where we're sitting right now. That paint, 2 coats, shiny, looks like it's supposed to look. Went on really, I can't complain about how that sprayed on. I thought it was going to be a little thin, but end of the day, it sprayed on just fine. So I got to let this dry for a day or so. And now what I'm going to do, we'll do this tomorrow. I'm going to go to my local auto parts where I get all my paint and goodies. I'm going to come up here and take their camera and camera shoot this blue color, have them mix me up some of that because I'm going to need it for the rockers and this piece right here anyway. And I'm going to go ahead and tape these diamonds off and just reshoot them back on. So until tomorrow, friends. Well, hi everybody, back to the job today. So I went and picked up this camera. Now this camera is going to take a picture of the color of this paint that I don't know what this color is because there's no codes anywhere on anything. And it's going to get me what, let's say this, it's going to make what's called a blendable match. These cameras are not spot on. And guys, I've been in paint business for quite a several years on the retail side of things. Been around these stupid little cameras for like 20 years. This doesn't work any better than the one that was 20 years ago worked. That's all obsolete and outdated and whatever. But, I mean, they're a good tool. They'll get you a blendable match. And for what I'm doing, it's going to work just fine. So, if I find the cleanest spot on this truck, measure, find another clean spot on the truck, well, let's run to town and see if this works. Well, everybody, back from town. Let's see how this camera matched. Where's a good, I need a good place to do this. There. Dump a little on a paint stick here. I'd say that's pretty darn close. I'm not going to get her much better than that. So, now all I got to do is get taping these diamonds off here and mask them off a little bit and just spray the paint on. Nothing to her, guys. Nothing to it. Except, I don't want to be wrong. It's just a dump truck. I still don't want to be wrong, though. I don't want my truck to look ridiculous going down the road. What if my tape lines are straighter than the originals? Whoa, whoa. Nice crispy lines. Okay, there's that one. Looks good enough for the guy who's running the truck, I guess. Let me get this one taped off here. Okay, well, that's how that's going to be. Now, guys, it's important to get a lot of paper on this stuff because clearly I'm working with a very white billboard here, and overspray is a real problem, and I don't want to have too much blue on everything else, so I just got to go and whip up a couple of pieces of paper around here, or my cleanest dirty rag. Either way, it all works the same. See. Probably be a good start. Not bad. Gotta get a little more over there, guys, but I think that one's pretty well safe. If I keep my spray gun turned down to, under 1,000 PSI, we should be in good shape. There. I think that'll be just fine. Now I just got to do the same thing to this one. Scuff them and do a little paint on them. Probably don't have to scuff them, guys, but I'm going to do it anyway just because I feel like it'd be the right thing to do. All right, well, gosh, I don't think that's too bad. I almost wonder if I should maybe, I don't know, probably won't matter, but I'm doing it anywho. Won't matter. Anyway, I got a good spot now where I can get my blue paint kind of splattered on these diamonds. Hopefully it doesn't overspray into the whole dang thing. And she'll be back to OE. All right, friends, not a second to lose. Let's get this show on the road. Let's see, do I have a Scotch-Brite pad around here? Nope, let me run out in my other barn and get another one. All right, guys, well, I didn't have a piece of Scotch-Brite out in my barn, but sticky piece of 320 will do me just fine. Like I said, I ain't trying to set the world on fire. I'm just trying to rough this up enough to hopefully ensure that everything will just stick to it. Okay, good enough for me. Now, just a quick wipe down and away we go. Just lift all this dust right back off of here again. Good enough. Diamond number 2. All right, guys, that's good enough for what we got. All right, so sure ain't going to take very much of this. Now, guys, this full base paint, is a 1-to-1 mix with the reducer. Now, I mixed a pint of this paint at the parts store in a quart can. Half a quart is a pint. So I can take this paint and put the reducer right in, which I have already done. And now, remember, this is not an activator, just a reducer. This paint will last years and years and years and years and years in this can, just like this. Now, I want to pour it with the label away because As soon as you do that, you're going to need to read what that label said, and you won't be able to because it's got paint all over it. Don't act like you haven't done it, because we all have. Now guys, I'm just going to leave that open because anything I don't use here is going right back in the container. Chances are I'll probably use all of it, but maybe not. Guys, I'm ready to shoot some diamonds. Shooting diamonds, yeah, I like it. Let's see how this goes. Okay, I kind of like that. Let's give her a rip. I put that first coat on very, very light. I just kind of want everything to set and dry a little bit. I'll dust about 2 more coats on that to get everything uniform, and we should be in good shape. Well, everybody, I'd say 2 coats of that base is going to get my point across just fine. That's going to work out. Now I just got to whip up a little bit of clear, get them cleared, get that off of there, and see how this baby turned out. Well, it's been a couple of minutes, guys. I got a hot batch of clear mixed up in my better clear gun because I need to be a little more precise with clear. I'm not trying to dust clear. I'm trying to actually lay it on there. These, as you can see, they have kind of a dull, non-shiny, don't mind the sun. It's still a dull finish. That means these are flashed off. They are ready to be cleared, guys. Let's get some clear on here. I'm excited to rip the tape off and see how this looks already. Paint stuff's just like Christmas, guys. You get to take all the wrapping off and see what kind of prize you won. All right. Let's do that. I'll give that just a minute, give it a second coat, and we're going to call that good. Got just enough in there for number 2. I'm going to try to do this one-handed, guys, just for grins here. Okay, here we go. Okay. Get this thing out of my road here. Here we go. Okay. There, not bad. A little bit orange peely, but again, I'm not painting a race car here, guys. Painting a race truck, which is okay. And if I was curious about orange peel, I would have put a little filler inside of that big rusty spot. But no big deal, guys. I just want this to look 152% better than it did when it rolled in here. And, you know, kind of like I said, give the guy that originally owned this truck, rest his soul, I'm trying to do him kind of a solid here, doing this truck in kind of his memory here. So anyway, let me get that flash off a little bit, friends, and then I'll pull this tape off and see how it looks. All right, guys, it's still a little bit sticky, but I'm going to start tearing stuff off anyway, because that's the kind of guy I am. Let's get you. And you, get you out of here. And you. Look at those crisp lines. Let go of me. And on an extremely positive note, I didn't pull any white paint off with the tape, so that must mean my paint's probably going to stick just fine. Awesome. I like that. Not that much. There we go. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Well, look at that, guys. Geez, that looks dang near like some professional paint guy did that job. Not bad. I will accept that job. That sun's shining right back in there on this thing. Let's get all the tape off these wheels here because, well, I just need to have the whole, I want to see the whole shebang here. Get my heavy hold down thingies out of the way here. By golly, that's looking dang good. It's looking sharp. Not bad, friends. Not bad at all. I do need to get some work done on the cab, guys, but I mean, overall, that is gonna really, that makes the whole truck right there. That is a lot of real estate, and I really like the way that turned out. You know what? I need to pull this thing out here so we can get a better look at it. Guys, that's not bad. That old truck is really coming around nice. That looks like a whole new bed now. Just got to do the front, the back. The other side, front of this side of the cab. And you know, I'm getting close, guys. There's only 6 more sides of this 5-sided dice to finish up here, so I'm sure I'll get it done in a timely manner, but for right now, I'm just gonna concentrate on this because I am quite delighted with how that looks. Get a little smoky there to warm up and quit smoking a little bit. Yep, by golly guys, this truck's really gonna come a long way here. I am really happy the way that that looks, and hopefully, like I say, I can get the other side done in kind of a timely manner here. Corn and soybean season's about a month and a half away, so I got some time, but I need to get with the program. So guys, with that, that's gonna do it for today's program. I'm gonna take that for a spin and let it warm up a little bit, park it back in there, and continue on with the backside, and well, just keep going until I run out of truck to paint. Hey guys, thanks for watching today. We'll see you next time.
It's about time JT got some paint on me. I can't have all these Massey tractors getting all the attention that I, Optimus Primer, deserve.